Hi everybody, welcome. We're going to show you today how to make a good bowl. I'm Alice Ammerman in the Department of Nutrition at UNC, and I'm the founder of Equity Foods, and we make good bowls. After years of research trying to figure out how to get healthy food to people who don't have a lot of money, I came up with the idea of a good bowl. It's a healthy frozen meal, frozen because it's a much longer shelf life, so you can get it to people more easily. We try to use as much local food as possible because in addition to being passionate about healthy food access, I also am very involved with food systems work and trying to make sure that farmers and small businesses in rural areas have an opportunity to increase their markets and sell their healthy food. We have several recipes. The one I'm going to show you today is our grits, sausage, and peppers bowl. It's based on the Mediterranean diet concept of healthy oils, lots of produce, vegetables, and then whole grains. So that's what's behind a good bowl. So I'm going to start showing you how to make one, and the recipe will be available. So we're going to start with an onion. I like to start almost every meal that I make with onions and garlic. What we're doing is making roasted vegetables, which to me are like the essence of good nutrition because you get the good oils and you get the vegetables all mixed up together, and it makes the vegetables taste so much better to have the oil. I take a sweet potato. We have sweet potatoes in the vast majority of our good bowls recipes. This is a really good vegetable peeler, which I highly recommend if you do a lot of cooking. You can see how easily it works. It just makes it so much easier. And I'm going to add the orange. You can really go crazy with colors. There are actually purple sweet potatoes, which you may have seen. So now we're going to work on garlic. One little trick I use is when I'm putting red pepper, especially when it gets dry, it tends to hop all over the place when you try to cut it. Oops, like I just did. So I find if you chop it with the garlic, it will kind of keep the little pieces from flying all over the kitchen. I find this to be a really handy little thing instead of those plastic things that you just, and limes, for some reason, at least the ones I buy, seem to have much fewer seeds than lemons do. We are going to add some seasoning. So this is a mix of different kinds of herbs. There's no salt in here. I get a big container from Costco that lasts for a long time, and it's just a wide variety of different kinds of herbs. So adding that. This is the lower sodium soy sauce. Of course, it still does add some sodium. So the important thing, though, is to add the oil. So add more than you would think you should. Be able to see everything coated and glistening. Remember, oil in the Mediterranean diet is one of the most important parts of it. So, and the recommendation is to eat more in the way of fat, which oil is a fat, than we used to think we should. These are well-used baking pans, so they're pretty seasoned as well. Okay, now we're going to cook the grits. So I've got 3 cups of water gently boiling, added a little bit of salt, and then I've got a cup of grits. These are I call them whole grits. These actually came from the farmer's market too. They're chunkier, have more fiber in them. And I like to dump them in and then stir it with a whisk. Don't worry about the little chunks, the dark chunks. It's not bugs. That's just some of the parts of the corn. Now it's time to scramble some eggs. I've got 5 eggs here. And I'm gonna put them in a bowl big enough to be able to whisk them to get ready to scramble them. These also came from the farmer's market, so they may be a little deeper yellow. So I am using chicken, kind of hot Italian chicken sausage. I like the extra spiciness. You could use pork or beef sausage. What I do, this is kind of made like a sausage you might just throw on the griddle, but I avoid using the skin part, not for any particular reason other than it works better in a dish like this to have it more like kind of ground beef consistency. So, see there, it's thickening up nicely. Okay, next, since the eggs and the grits are both cooked, I'm gonna turn those off and then mix the two together in a minute. First I'm going to put a little margarine in the grits, or you could use butter. So here's the margarine. And mix that around a little. And then I just mix the eggs right in. I happen to be a big fan of vegetables for breakfast, various formats. Okay, so now it's time to put everything together. So once again, a little bit of oil on the bottom of the pan so it doesn't stick too much. Put the grits and eggs in the bottom. Then I'm going to mix the sausage, which I pulled out of the pan, in with, I'll combine all the vegetables and the sausage. Mix those up. I tried to break up the sausage enough so that you get a little bit in most bites. And then we're going to, hopefully my pan is big enough. I'm going to spread that out over the top. And then one final thing, I've grated a little cheese. This is fairly sharp cheddar. You know, one trick with cheese is the sharper it is, the less of it you need to really get a lot of flavor. So there you have it, a sausage, pepper, and grits good bowl. This is a giant good bowl that's for your family and friends. Give it a try at home. If nothing else, try the roasted vegetables. They can be used in almost anything. And I hope you'll enjoy and experiment with the recipe and enjoy some good, healthy and good tasting food.